2018, fellas. People should have been rapping.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
London.
Planet Earth.
Jeez.
Taking
Anywhere,
my planet
man.
Earth. What we saying?
We
What we
go,
saying,
man.
people?
We here, man.
We reached the end of the year, man. We're still alive. We're
Oh,
beautiful.
mate.
We're blessed.
Jeez,
Barely.
just come from up, sir.
We barely made it.
You already know.
Barely made
I
it.
don't know. I don't know anymore, man.
Don't know what.
I don't know what to do with myself. Dun dun. I just don't want to.
Start using Ratiana or Leftisha.
Whoa.
Wow.
But they're the only one that know me properly.
For real.
Wow.
Sometimes you.
Do you know you like the back of your hand?
I don't even know how we.
Well,
how
like the
we-
front, but yeah. But
Palm.
Wow. So, welcome,
Yes, good. Welcome.
ladies and gentlemen. You are
You
locked
know,
in
welcome split
to.
too is welcome.
That's
But go on.
what she says.
Ha.
Oh my lord.
She said that as well.
I'm just gonna.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome to OTF.
tell
Off
we're in a
the
silly mood
Fence
today.
podcast. You're locked into another episode. Myself, Super J, alongside who else we got? in the
Jeez.
building.
Myself, Max.
Jeez.
Myself, the Dark Knight, aka the Silver Surfer, aka the Cerebral Assassin.
Jeez.
Man said the cerebral assassin.
Triple H. But anyway, what's good? Don't just look at me like
Fam,
that.
I'm fully.
Bro,
This. What?
No, I know. We've been drinking. But anyway, what's good? What's good?
Max is fully watching Beauty and the Beast
Yeah, he's probably invested in Bell.
on mute as well. Like, man.
You know it word for word. No, I'm
Lip
joking.
reading.
Jeez.
Do you like what's your favorite Disney film?
Oh,
Mm.
Lion King or Aladdin.
Everyone said goes to the bait too, man.
That's my favorite. What do you want to do?
Um,
What's yours?
Probably Rescuers Down Under.
Rescuers.
Rescuers Down Under.
Here, go on.
Rescuers Down Under. You know, you made me question that. Is it actually called Rescuers? Like, Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, go on.
Atlantis was bad.
Atlantis.
And what's the Basil something?
Basil Brush?
Yeah, the detective.
Oh, Detective Basil Brush.
Yeah,
I know
that.
What's
Probably
yours?
those. Oh, and Lion King, obviously. But
Oh, okay. Disney is a pedo's dream, so I don't really watch that stuff.
You know how he tried to set us up.
fam, I
The
just
original
don't.
Disney was mad dark. You know that, right? It was mad dark.
I'm done.
It was for
actually
people
done.
like Rolf Harris with his didgeridoo.
So we've been OTF. Thank you for thank you
Do you
for
remember
locking
Rolf
in.
Harris?
Thank you for. Can I do a disclaimer, please? Just so we
You
don't.
can't.
I don't want no lawsuits, bro. I honestly can't afford it.
Allegedly, Rolf Harris is out here doing.
Yours is Pocahontas, isn't it?
Fam,
Pocahontas was wavy, but
Yeah. What about Toy Story? I forgot about Toy Story.
there's a new Toy Story coming.
Oh,
Toy Story 4.
Yeah, I
Swear
heard about
down.
that still. Yeah.
Did you ever watch The Incredibles 2? Not that
Yeah,
it's Disney.
I haven't watched number 2 yet. It is Disney, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like
Did you ever watch Fantasia?
No, I never
the
watched
musical.
Yeah.
I saw. I had
No,
a
not the
video.
music,
The
the
VCR,
Disney.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
Mouse was on the
Yeah,
front.
yeah.
But my thing is, I don't.
The only
have a
Fantasia I recognize is Short and Dark Skin. and
Jeez,
Beautiful.
when I see you, yeah, big tune.
Fam, I swear to God, she's when she sings, bruv.
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
Before you say
let me
something
quick do
reckless.
this. Let me quick do this.
Shout
If
out
you
her
are
as well.
if you are easily offended, we'll get there.
Yeah.
If you are easily offended, this is not the podcast for you. We do not actively try to swear. We have a swear jar in the building, but occasionally they do slip out, and we'll definitely have adult
They
themes.
slip out, you know.
So yeah, nip slip and all that.
Swear.
So like yeah, if you're
Slip out gang.
fam,
Not jump out gang.
we're
slip
doing
out
that. We're
gang.
doing that Janet Jackson out here, fam. I'm telling you,
Jeez, I Janet in her heyday.
fam. But yeah, so you may be offended. We apologize if you are kind
don't.
of blame your parents. So
Oh wow, blame
Yeah.
your parents. That's a bit deep.
Damn.
it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
Mike, you got anything to add to that? If people are offended?
Nah, not too. I'm with you, lot.
Alright, cool. Nah, just making sure. So yeah, today's session, you lot are gonna let me lead, right?
today's session is gonna be messy.
Yeah, it's gonna
because
be
we're
messy.
drinking.
Shout out Lionel.
We're drinking this
Concoction.
Professor Max has been in the lab, and he's brought us Appleton with Ray and Nephew and Ting. So if you find any one of us three at somewhere in London later on this evening
Slumped.
with a sign on our chest with our postcode, please just order the Uber. We will pay you back.
Return to sender, innit?
Yeah,
Return to
literally. Like it's
Just
one of
blame
those
Max.
ones. It's one of
Hashtag
those
blame Max. It's not even hashtag blame Sarah anymore. It's hashtag blame Max.
Fam.
Jeez.
Literally.
We love you. But yeah,
But
today,
yes, what are we talking about today, bro?
As apart from it being messy in a general chat, I just wanted to ask you about your 2018. It's coming to a close. You know, what have you enjoyed this year? What has been some highs? It don't have to be personal. They can be like what you've seen, some lows, and generally the year. So who wants to start it off? Like, I'm asking the question here. I'll go. But what's your view of 2018?
2018.
The internet one.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's a very.
I would say that your year is different to everyone else's. I would.
It's the year of.
Why are you coming fast?
It's the year of the gimmick. It's the year of the gimmick. Honestly, like
real.
if you done something stupid by accident, or even if you intended it to be good but it was terrible, but then people liked it because it was so bad.
You're a superstar.
This is it's your time. It is literally your time. Like it is the year of, like, I'm talking in terms of
year
music.
of the fool.
Yeah, literally. The like Village Idiot. The Village Idiot now is the top dog, fam. Literally.
There's the idiot with the E on the end as well, like the Le Village Idiote.
Fam.
Like them idiots there.
Literally. Like you had them kids in the class that was always making jokes, like the idiot in your class.
Yeah.
Like, it's their time now, fam. They need to
Why
go
is
in the
someone
booth.
grinning?
They need to go in the
I might
booth.
have been that child one.
Not very
Bruv.
professional, is it?
Bro, if that's the case, I'll pay for your studio time. Let's do this, bro.
Nah, there's one
I want
moment.
to invest. I want to invest.
We don't need to. We don't need to
we
get
do,
into.
we do. That's
we don't
funny.
need to get into
nah,
that,
the
man.
teacher's trying to grill him. And it's my professional opinion. And he was like, he said under his breath, but loud enough for everyone to hear. He's like, not very professional, is it?
I remember I told her she's not competent.
Incompetent. You know how rude that is to you as a child to be.
It was a rap.
But we've grown.
Fam,
and
that's
we've
all mad.
changed, you know.
That
But
is
yeah.
all
So let's
mad.
start with the.
As Instagram out of control.
Let's
now.
start with the lows and we'll work up
When
to
was
the
it
highs.
in control?
When
Yeah,
not
I
many
feel
people
that
are on
social media, like Instagram, has been there for a while.
it. Okay.
The
Yeah.
thing
You
is,
want to start with the lows because we could be here for 5
Let's
hours.
start with the highs. Let's start with the
I ain't
highs.
had no lows
Because
this
then
year.
we're
Let's
gonna
start.
leave on
Let's
a
start
bad
with the
note.
highs. We'll go into something else.
Alright. So what are the highs from this
I'll
year?
start with social media. One of my highs from social media this year.
Is you girls still don't want to dress up, so it's easy access for eyes, for those perving eyes.
the thing
Rap
that's
man.
mad. Oh.
Hey, shout! Alright, give him a siren, man.
That's one of the highs.
Rap man, my guy.
All right, I'll give him a second.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'll give him a siren. I'll
whoa,
give him
whoa!
a siren.
Speak
No,
the things, bro.
I'll give him a siren.
Nah, I'm chilling now.
Yeah.
I'll give him a siren. I'll give him a siren.
Nah,
I'll
it's
give him a
cool.
s-
You're
Why
off
was
the
there
fence.
hesitancy
You're off the
there?
fence. So
Nah, you know what?
Why was hesitancy there?
I got love for what
Here
he's
we go.
done.
This is how everyone
know what I
starts,
mean?
you know.
of course, it's right. There's always one.
She's dope, you know, but her pussy stank.
There's
Like-
always one.
Like,
I honestly, I got love for what he's done, and I feel like he is the transition now of the gimmick.
so many haters.
So I feel-
The gimmick.
Yeah.
So
Because
many
I-
haters are clocking their
You
paper.
sing it. But honestly, I feel like he is where he's taking it where the gimmick thing needs to go.
You call it rap man and gimmick?
No,
Wow. Hold on. Wait.
No, you're trolling.
I'm not,
wait.
bruv, I'm not
These are the
trolling.
views of I am Super J.
Yeah.
I am Corbino, aka the Cerebral
And,
Assassin.
I'm Professor Max.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with what
Nothing-
Super just said.
nothing
Bruv,
to
But
do.
bruv,
wait. This man, has been grafting for a very long time.
Years.
Like we're talking 5+ years. This guy's been
It's
grafting.
probably like 7, 8 plus.
Bruv, he's been grafting for a very long time, yeah. And at what he does, I would have to say he's one of the best.
because
And-
he's the only one really doing it, and it's new. So what I'm saying,
There's
Nah, it's
other,
not new. Storytelling.
there's,
in
there's
hip-hop ain't
other,
new.
there's other
no
artists out there.
storytelling.
That he
but
has taken storytelling rap to another level.
the only other thing that compares to
visually, yes, but not
Yeah, but
lyrically.
so- but
the
he's-
only other thing that compares to Sharo's story,
yeah.
in my opinion, that you
Yeah.
can do like for like,
Yeah.
is Trapped in the Closet, R. Kelly.
I hate that you can bring up that guy's name. I actually hate it.
That's the only thing like for like. Tell me I'm wrong.
Nah, it's not like for like. because R. Kelly was trying to get midgets in places that's not on.
A-
Like, now it's a midget,
a vi- a
a
vis-
midget, a midget.
Bro.
They're two different,
Two
two different
different, man.
things, man.
What about
If
Devil
it wasn't
Devil
if
in
it
a
wasn't
Red
for the
Dress, Football
visuals,
Technique?
if it wasn't for the visuals
Yeah.
alongside the
It wouldn't, but I'm sure he knows that.
No.
Like, who's going to listen to a 12, 20 minute? How many? 12 minutes, 20
12-minute
minutes?
song.
Like, without the
exactly,
visuals,
but
no one's going
exactly.
to do it.
So it's not about the music; it's about the fact that it's
But
turned
it's
into
him, but
this.
it's
It's turned
his
into this
artwork,
series.
though.
Yeah, don't. Bruv,
So that's why I'm-
I rate him. I honest
You
to
called
God,
him a
bruv.
gimmick, bro.
No,
Yeah.
no. I rate him. Don't get twisted. But don't come to me and tell me, "Oh, my days like Ratman's a sick MC." He's not.
But no one's trying to say that.
No, we're
Exactly.
saying the
So we
experience
can't.
that he
So
gives
that
you.
so that way. So in that sense, if we're not saying that, we can't.
But if I'm
prop him
saying
up.
give man a siren for
No, but we can't prop him up on his
No, no,
musical
no,
merit.
But I didn't
What?
say
No,
anything. All
no,
I said
wait,
was
his
Okay, then
artistry
cool.
is part of his musical.
all I
merit,
said
bro.
was he's had a very high. This like he's one of the highest this year.
His
give him a
artistry is
siren
part of
for
his
that.
Musical merit. I don't get it.
Cool.
So wait, what if you're somebody like Lupe? You know I got time for Lupe, but your videos are crap. Do his videos to the wider audience not affect how his music is perceived?
Imagine your bars for the storytelling is impeccable. It's amazing,
Impeccable.
but you can't get the right
Visual.
direction for the visuals.
Doesn't that dampen the art in a way to the consumer?
Of course it will.
It does.
To a degree, but what I'm trying to say to you, yeah, is he's taken the visual thing
Yeah.
and wrapped his thing into that. So
Right.
because he's not a director. Did he direct the Ratman?
I
th-
feel
this
like
song?
he has
Yeah.
directed the show. Like it's all him.
It's all him.
Okay, then cool.
Like he has someone filming it, obviously, but
Yeah.
he does everything.
Like even with that
Okay.
domestic abuse one.
Yeah, he's got loads of them. Like just like the Shario story one is the one that went big, but he has loads of them.
Cool.
He's got the Blue Bar story.
Blue Trilogy. Yeah.
He's
the blue,
got
the blue Tales.
yeah, he's got the one the
Yeah.
domestic abuse one. Like he's
Mhm.
bruv, it's
Promise
on
with
point.
a girl. He's got one about.
No, I'm not about to say he's the best rapper in
No,
UK or
he's
in the
not.
world. I'm not going to do that. But for his journey and what he's done, the way he's taken it to, that is one of the, if not the high of the year, it's one of them.
The
But
brother started off.
I'm happy, brother. I don't want it to come across.
But
like
you
I'm a hater.
hesitated with the
No, I
siren
don't.
one.
I don't want it to
Very
come across
hesitated.
like I'm a hater because I hesitated because I thought that we were talking more about music, and I can't put I don't when we talk about Sharo's story, I don't put it in music.
Bruv, we're just talking about his achievements.
Okay, then cool. Yeah, straight. If we're talking about achievement, I'll back that 100%.
There's got to be
But if-
someone that just has the negative in there.
No, I'm not.
No,
bruv,
I'm sorry, bro. Like if you're listening, I'm sorry, man.
No, bruv.
Like-
I rate you.
He
It's
don't want
not
no Wakanda.
You know what I mean?
Ah, you lot
don't,
are
you
dumb. You lot are dumb. Bruv, I'm
about-
not trying to be a postie, bruv. I'm not trying to just.
You don't, because that interview upset me.
Yeah, like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, it's not to that degree.
Post if you ever hear this.
But I wouldn't put it as.
That weren't cool, man. And you know it weren't.
I
cool
wouldn't.
as well.
I wouldn't put Ratman's stuff, Ratman's projects. Then, if you want to call it that, alongside other musical projects, I would more say it kind of stands alone in what
Cinematic,
he's.
innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
You know-
cinematic
you know
thing.
what?
It's a
I'd put-
cinematic.
of course.
He's created a series which I rate 100%.
You know what I'd put his stuff with? I would put his stuff with like a Top Boy.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
how I
in,
look
that, in
at
that
it.
case, calm. Yeah,
I don't look
yeah,
at it
yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm gonna put him
yeah.
against like another artist. I'll
Yeah.
put him with a Top Boy, like
Then
another
cool.
series
Then
that's out
cool.
there.
Then cool. Then
And I'm like-
then we're on then on that page. Then yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
you 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. And honestly, even people that aren't, even if it wasn't a music thing, like I'm happy for him. Don't get twisted. Like I'm happy for him. I'm one of those people that I can't look past talent or lack thereof. If that's the case, and I'm not saying that that's the case, but if just because someone's popping and it's on a sick beat, I can't. Like for example, I'm a big Skepta fan, massive Skepta fan. You might know that, but praise the Lord, I thought it was terrible. His flow on that was atrocious.
It was
No, but he was in the DMX flow.
It was terrible. You can do so much better. You're not DMX. Like
This is why, you know what? No, I salute
But
you on that. I
before we
salute
move
you
on to
because
that,
bare
though-
people love that, and I'm like, no, Energy is way better than that song.
Fam,
I prefer,
fam.
prefer
He when
Energy.
he put that out,
Yeah.
when he put praise the Lord, same time I heard Pure Water.
Yeah.
And bruv, if you listen to the flow on
Pure
Pure
was
Water,
cold.
that's Skepta.
That's
That
the
is
Skepta you
Skepta.
know.
Do you understand?
But
Like,
he wasn't
that's
trying
the
to
flow.
give you lot on praise, give you lot that Skepta on praise the Lord. That's the only thing.
Fam, on Praise the Lord, he literally went to Shine, to shine.
But
To,
it's the way he's done it is neat, though.
Brother, how is it mean?
It's neat. It's
nah,
neat, though.
It's not.
His voice
It's
wasn't
not.
aggressive.
It's not.
Enough.
It
It's
doesn't
not.
need to be.
No,
It's
but
not.
if it's an ode to X, you have to be aggressive. I can't do an ode.
I heard that.
I
but
can't do an ode to.
You might as well put Janae Alco on it, fam.
Wow.
Wow. But anyway, so back to the rap man
Wow,
thing, though.
wow.
But yeah, like you said,
Like-
Posty, it was a prick for
I
that.
didn't like that.
Like, I'm sorry, bro. You see, if I walked into Jay-Z's house, yeah, not knowing that I'm going to his house or where I am, even
not
if
even
I've
that,
seen,
it's the phone call,
even
it's
if
the
I,
phone
even
call.
if I have seen Blue Ivy, yeah, even if I've seen Blue Ivy, and I can start to put two and two, like everyone knows what Blue Ivy looks like. Let's not pretend, yeah, whether you're a fan of Jay-Z or not. Very likely you're gonna say, "Wow, Jay-Z." Like, how you gonna get onto man for? Bro, I could see Cameron and I'd be like, "Wow, Cameron," and him and Jay-Z are on two different levels.
So
In terms-
I'll be honest. I haven't watched the whole
You don't
person.
have to.
Basically, yeah, you don't need to watch it, but it was like he was trying to bring man down
I didn't want to spend too
Throughout
long
the
on this,
whole-
to be honest.
throughout the whole interview, and then because Rapman was saying that when he went to the house, when he didn't know he was going to Jay-Z's house, but when he got there, he's gone into the house. He's seen Blue Ivy. The person's asked her like, "Where is your dad?" And he's like upstairs, and like he started to put two and two together, but still it wasn't hitting him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when he's walked through like the living room doors, Jay-Z's just there chilling. And in his head, he's meant to go like, "Wow, Jay-Z," but he said it out loud.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Posty was getting onto him for the whole thing. Like, how you gonna go to a man's house and say, "Wow, Jay-Z"?
But okay,
It's
cool.
Jay-Z, bro.
Okay.
Like, there's people that would do it for Skepta. Why would you?
it's rubbish.
You get what I'm
it's true.
saying?
It's
That's
true.
right.
But
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't want to spend too long on that, to be honest. with
That's-
you.
that's
I just
actually-
think- I just think
I,
that's
I think Posty's just sour because Posty's always been that, like with Graham Daly and all that kind of stuff. He's
Yeah.
been that
He's
visual
upset
guy.
that it
and-
wasn't him.
yeah. That's what I'm
what-
thinking.
yeah.
He's sour.
Yeah,
He's sour.
he's
He's sour.
already
He's sour.
said
He's
that
sour.
Shiro's story was supposed to be on Graham Daly, but instead it was on Link Up. And there was a
Okay, so that's why he's sour.
Yeah.
So that makes sense then. That makes sense. Don't
And
gotta
the
be
man-
sour.
And the man had the cheek to tell him that you're not top 5 rappers in the interview, you know?
That's cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put him in there, but that is cold.
Yeah, I
That
wouldn't, but I wouldn't say that to man on. Yeah.
That's cold,
What do
bro.
you think
That
about,
is cold.
moving on, because as I said, I ain't trying to spend too long here.
Bro,
What
we
do you
got a
think
couple
about
hours, bro, man.
Crepes and Cones?
What about them?
What do you think
Bro,
about Crepes and
I'm
Cones?
so gassed
not,
for them.
Not the artist Crepes and Conan, Crepes and Conan.
Or what, the restaurant?
Yeah, I'm gassed for them.
Ah, big move.
And
That's a
J2
high.
Shout out J2K.
Yeah, because he's
all of
behind
that.
that. It's
Yeah.
a high.
J2K.
Where's
It's
the?
a high.
You know what?
And people need to
J2K
stop getting onto them.
J2K for me,
I love J2K, bro.
yeah.
I think
He's the
he's.
equivalent of Mr. Move in Silence, but his moves are always. Listen, J2K, much love, bro. Much
Yeah.
love.
Honestly, J2K is, bruv. I didn't clock. You wanna know how when I clocked, I was like, you know, J2K done his thing. He set something and ran with it. I was in Miami for Miami Carnival, yeah. And we went.
big baller ones, yeah.
No, not even. It was just a holiday, bro.
5 racks.
I wish.
Easy.
I wish. Anyway, we went to
That's
Miami
one night.
Carnival. Shout out One Island Band. That was sick. And yeah, we went to this party, and because it had been raining and stuff, it was bare muddy in it.
Yeah.
I had fresh trainers. Walking, I've stepped. When I say the thing sunk in mud, fam, you know you're stressed. Like this is beginning of the night. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I was like, no, I need to find something to think. Crep Protect straight out there. That went into the first Foot Locker. Crep Protect, boom, things all clean up. And everywhere I go, I see it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
bruv, every time I see it, in my heart, I'm just like, yeah.
He's
That's-
one of those
that's
people that
wavy.
brokers stuff behind the scene, and you never really, unless you pay attention to it, you don't know
Yeah.
his impact. But you
Yeah.
gotta salute him, man.
It's like him and like Dwayne Jones are putting the same
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he was behind. Is it Renowned?
Is it?
Is it called Renowned? They do like movie productions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renowned,
Yeah.
is it Renowned?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Bruv, I forgot
Bruv, you
who
didn't
he
even realise
was.
it was
in Viz, yeah.
Ace and Viz.
I forgot because I see Ace doing this thing on BBC and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, go on. But what happened to Invis? I didn't put 2 and 2 together like raw. That is Invis. You know what I mean? It was only when I saw like an old interview of Ace and Invis, and I was like, raw.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then I jumped back on Insta. I was like, raw. It's the same person.
I want to shout out Bane as well. Bane has had a big year, man.
Yeah. Bane's done his thing.
If
Young
you
Bane.
shout out Ben, you got to shout out.
Got to shout out
Fresh
G
as well.
Fresh. Got to
G-Fresh,
shout out
100.
G Fresh. But
100.
He's another
100.
J2K.
yeah, G Fresh is Mr. Move in Silence as well.
Yeah.
Like-
I rate you fresh.
There's
so.
quite a few highs, and I know we're talking just musically here, but we'll stay on music for a little while. But there are other highs as well of things that have happened that you're just like, yeah.
Like what?
Like Jose Mourinho leaving. That's a high.
Here we go.
Yeah.
About time.
But we skirted over very, very quickly. We didn't give them enough credit. Crepes and cones. Well
Yeah.
done still. Bricks
100%.
and mortar.
And I'm
Like,
upset I haven't
love
been
that.
yet, but I will be going.
Love that, honestly.
I've
I haven't
get down
been yet. I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, man. But this is what people have to understand, yeah, is that crepe and cone, they're not, what's the word, restaurateurs? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Like,
Is that a word? Restaurateurs. I like that.
is it? Or if it's not, I'll
think
make
it might be.
okay, well, it is now.
Hashtag restaurateurs.
Yeah, Oxford, get at me.
And they're accepting new words as well. That's
Swear
the
down.
baddest thing,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to holler at them. But yeah, like this is not their field. They're just two young black men from South London that are rappers, and they decided, you know what, we're gonna open up a restaurant. Not only that, but the people that they give jobs to are youngsters from the community that have nothing going for them.
Brother, I
So,
love seeing people do that, bro.
You can't go there and expect to have some 5-star meal.
No,
You know
but
what I mean?
but you're supporting the thing, and the thing is,
No, but that's where the mixed
it's,
reviews come from. People go there thinking, because it's crepes and cones, we're gonna get this big deal.
Yeah.
Our food's gonna come on time. Everything's gonna be
I
perfect with the order.
I
It's
think
their first year.
I think one of the things I like is we need to be more lenient of these things happening in
Of
our
course.
community, because it's the only way that stuff's gonna build. If you stifle it and kill it because your prawns came out 5 minutes literally just before your main came out and you didn't
Yeah.
like that, and you want to write a review and complain about it, then
Don't do that.
you're just stifling the community, because you're gonna stop more things from like that from happening.
Yeah.
Question,
Do you understand?
because I'm going to play devil's advocate here. If you open up a business, should you not strive for standards of excellence? And if it's not,
Of
being
course you should, but
achieved-
bro, this is a
Yes.
restaurant.
No,
Yes.
I hear
You
you.
can. It's never
But
gonna
if
go
it-
to
if-
plan.
If it's not being achieved, does it not deserve to be addressed? Like, isn't it closed loop
Within
thinking
its
from
first
us?
year.
Nah,
Do you know how many restaurants people like Jamie Oliver open before it goes right for them?
A lot
I
of them,
hear
a
you.
lot of them places, they'll open stuff and they won't put their name on it just so they can learn, fam,
I'm not
iron out the
getting
kinks
at
and then
them.
relaunch.
No,
I'm not getting at them at all. I'm talking about
Yeah.
all restaurants. I'm saying all things. When you open, there's an idea, and the reason why I'll be less harsh on them is because it's their first experience in this field. But just for all restaurants, I'm thinking if you open, you need to be understanding the craft that your stuff needs to come out in time. Otherwise, these things are likely
Of
to happen.
course.
100%.
So
but
when
in the
the stuff
same,
is
I don't feel
delayed
like
by like
Dave-
45 minutes to an hour,
Yeah, but that's
and there's
different.
no explanation.
That's different though, because if somebody like Jamie Oliver opens up a restaurant,
Yeah.
the type of people that they're going to appeal to,
Oh, completely
and
different.
the type of people that they're hiring is different. These lot are not hiring the best chefs and the best waiters and waitresses in the world. They're hiring local people that
within
they
their
can give an
community,
opportunity to, so then they don't go and fall into crime or
And I
abuse or
understand that,
anything.
but
And
where
the other-
does-
So
where
it's
does-
never-
where
part of
does
that as well.
accountability come into it?
no, but the other part,
They can own up to it, but people have to know that you can't go there expecting 5-star when this is why they've opened it.
even beyond that, fam,
Is that the
there's a
reason? Is
learn-
that the sole
there's a
reason?
there's a learning
Go on,
curve.
Go on.
There's
Either
more
way,
to it.
there's a learning curve, fam. There's a learning curve with everything you do, like from in any business, regardless of whether it's hospitality, food service, events, whatever it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
There's a learning curve from when no matter how much experience you've had in something, once you do something for yourself, there's aspects and facets of it that you haven't experienced yet.
Yeah.
And those are things that you're going to learn on the fly
Yeah.
and figure out. And some things can get rectified quickly. Other things need to be rectified over a long period of time.
All right.
Also, for them as well, because I was watching one of his interviews, he was saying the other thing is that his friend that he
Yeah.
started the
Yeah.
business with, he was controlling and running everything. So that they were building it together, they were funding it, whatever. But his job was to be the manager, and he was taking care of everything in terms of like hiring staff and making
So it
sure
pushed
everything's
them
run
into
on
the
point.
limelight, innit, when he died.
But then, yeah, unfortunately, he died, passed
Yeah.
away. And then you've got all these responsibilities that you wasn't prepared
Yeah, you
for.
got to step up.
So that's
innit?
going to add to it as well.
I hear you.
So
I-
I'm
you
just
know
like, at least give them a year or two.
I'll give
to
him more than
get
two. I'll
to-
give him more than a year.
Me personally, I'll give them 5 years.
I'll give them as long as
Do you know
they
what I
need,
mean?
fam.
Even that, but I'm just saying, I'll give them 5 years to at least show that okay, you're now making progress. Do you know? You can't get to 5 years and you're still here. Do you know what I mean?
The fact that they've done it.
It's
The
amazing.
fact that
I don't know if there's anyone
they've
else that's done it.
Flukes did it. Fluke's Crazy Cousins. He opened the place in Forest Hill still.
For real.
Yeah,
On
he
the
opened
same
the dessert place.
Level as like.
It
Not-
won't
not-
be
not-
because he's
not
not
to
in the
the
same light.
Yeah, not to
No,
this.
but I mean
in
like,
pro-
in terms
in
of the
proportion-
size. I mean
in-
the size of like the restaurant and who he's trying to appeal to.
Nah,
Let's
it
say.
was a dessert place. It was
Okay.
it was a lot smaller, but
Okay.
it was in proportion with
Okay.
what
Shout
he's
out
done.
Flukes, man. That's
Yeah,
a
no,
big-
shout him out. Crazy Cousins all
Yeah.
all day.
Do you know
But-
what it is? He's not in the same light. So like, Krypton and Conan are still at the forefront of UK hip hop right now. Like you would consider them in the forefront. It would be, I guess, if Gigs opened a store now, it'd be if they're in the same light, because Gigs is still at the forefront of UK hip hop.
But, and the thing is, it even kind of opens up what it takes to do stuff like that. Because the fact that it was Krypton Conan
their friend
plus
and
J2K, yeah, like
I love the foresight. Sorry, that they had, because it showed a tweet that Krypt did about 4 or 5 years before.
Yeah, I
long
saw
ago,
that, I
like,
saw
And
that.
they said we're
Conan.
gonna open a dessert place called Krypton Conan.
Yeah.
Watch, and it manifested, and it's beautiful.
you know what? I'll tell you another example of that. Not UK based, but I was gassed, and I'm sure you can relate to this
Go
because
on.
you watched it with me. When Common done his NPR, the first one at the White
Yep.
House, at the beginning of his performance, he's talking to maybe the liaison or something that set it up, the guy from NPR, and he picked up the award. What was it? The SP or
The
something like that?
SB.
Or it was
Yeah.
some award. And he was like, I've got to get me one of these. Do you know what I mean? And literally 12 months and a bit later, he got one.
Was it for Glory?
And I think it was for his work on the 13th Amendment thing. Angela Devaney, I can't remember. her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got an award for that. And because he done the music, he got the trophy. So the same manifestation, I was like, I need to
Beautiful,
get
man.
me one of these.
Yeah,
Like,
nice,
beautiful.
I love it. Honestly, I
Dope.
love it.
Who else has had a good year?
A good year.
Or what else is a positive
What's
from
been
the year
a
for
high?
you personally?
Shout out us, man. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be
siren us,
self-centered.
man. Siren
I'm not
us,
even
man.
trying to be self-centered and
We've
stuff.
been building.
We're
Yeah,
getting
man.
there still.
We
Yeah.
are. Slowly
Over
but surely.
1,000 plays for the year, bro. Like
Shout out
the
the
shows
fans.
that's out there. I would really appreciate the support that people been giving. And we're building, we're learning, we're doing this thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, shout out us.
We're on the rise, man.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Big
Yeah.
big things for next year.
Jeez.
Big
Can't
things.
wait. Jeez.
If they can see
Some of
the,
the things in the pipeline are crazy.
if they can see the plans, boy. Mad.
They could see the blueprints.
Mad.
Boy, I don't think they're ready.
Looking at Dexter's laboratory out here, fam. It's gonna be
Jeez.
mad.
With no annoying sister.
Hey.
Real talk.
Hey.
I'm thinking, because as I look back through the year 2018, the films, Avengers was a high. You don't
Yes.
think Avengers was
Yes.
a high? Black Panther was a
came
high.
out.
Yes. Was that 2018? Was that this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out
Earlier
this year.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, I'm telling you, this year for me has
Are
been.
you sure?
Yeah.
Of course, man.
This year for me has been the best year in hip hop for a while. And it's weird for me to say that.
Okay.
But if you look at the releases in hip hop,
February.
we're finally free
Man.
from.
February.
Oh, it looks like we're finally getting free from the SoundCloud drugged out. I'm gonna take all the drugs in the medicine cabinet rap, and some real stuff is with meaning is generally coming back, and I'm all here for it. I'm literally all here for
Championships was brilliant.
it. Yeah,
Fire.
That was.
I know it didn't. Did it come out this year?
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it was
When
this
wa-
year.
No,
It was-
not championship. When did Nipsey Hussle come out?
yeah. It was album of the
Was
year.
that January?
February. Yeah.
Yeah.
That has been
yeah,
solid.
yeah.
That has been solid.
Shout out Nipsey for his
Double
business
up.
acumen.
3-4
And
times.
you know what?
I'm telling no lies. I just,
Hey, double
hey,
up.
That's a rhythm. That
Listen,
is
Nipsey's work ethic and Nipsey's team and everything that he's accomplished. I just want to shout him out, man, because just watching his interviews from his come up as well has been crazy. Like him saying that he's the dumbest person in his team and that he's already what he's managing to complete, and saying that he's still got aspirations for more. Like he's looking at the Rockefeller example. I watched that interview where he looked at the Rockefeller deal that Jay-Z got and was like, how could we be getting worse deals than that when that happened? Like I'm on bigger and better. He released one of the projects of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And his career is on an upward trajectory. So salute to Nipsey, man.
No, shout out. 100%.
What about Meghan Markle?
Is
Join
that
the royal
biggest come
family.
up in the year.
We're talking about one of the eyes. I'm just throwing things out there.
Do you think I'll get shot down if I say anything bad?
Nah, you won't.
I'm not gonna say anything bad. I did want to go to the wedding and shout out, take back Mike Ross though. Suits was my show.
Shout
I
out
wanted-
Max.
Yeah,
though.
shout out Mike Ross.
I don't know. I'm kind of impartial to the wedding thing.
I didn't like, and I will be honest with you, I didn't like the way women of color were clinging on and saying, finally, there's someone black in there.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I need somebody with a bit more melanin, to be honest.
It's not even that. I just like why is that? I didn't like it because it's like, why is that justification for you? Like the royal family, all in all, doesn't mean much.
It's what they do, though.
But it doesn't mean much.
The stuff that the British Empire is built on, like,
Bro.
I'm not even trying to have none of our queens be part of that still. I'm not even trying to be into that mix up. You get me?
I just look at it and I think,
yeah,
really? Like people were clinging on, like, yeah, you know, she's all. And fair enough. I watched the wedding. I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't.
I watched that 10
I
minutes.
didn't watch it.
I watched some of it. Like I couldn't believe that, bro. The drive up to the palace took about 20 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
No.
How secluded can you be?
Fam.
That's
Them places are serious, you know. Don't. Hey, them
Yeah.
places are serious.
She's had the biggest come up this year.
Well, she's a
Meghan
princess.
Markle.
Well, she's a princess.
Yeah, she's had one of
Is
them.
that or Soldier Boy?
Nah.
What?
Soldier Boy's
Anyway,
returned
so
to the forefront.
moving on. Let's not to forget to shout out, even though it's on the other side of the world. What's his name? Childish Gambino. This Is America came out this year, right?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
This Is America. Did that not come out this year?
No, because before when I brought up Gambino off air, you weren't game with that.
I'm not a big
Was
fan
it
of
you?
him, but I like This Is America.
Okay, yeah. No, Gambino's my guy, man.
And it was
This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you slipping.
and it was
Aye,
a black.
that
It was a black
video.
girl that did the dance routine as well. You know.
Yeah.
I saw her. What's her name again?
I feel bad that I can't remember her name, but
She's so cool,
I'm
man.
on Gucci.
She's so cool. She's
I'm so
sick.
pretty.
trying to
Watch
think
me
what
get
else.
it.
What else has happened this year?
Watch me move. Hey, don't gas me. That song, Gambino is.
Did I play you the edit that I got?
Yeah. Over the mall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah.
What else happened this year?
Fortnite.
Get out of here with all of that.
Don't
man.
even get me started, man.
I was talking with someone the other day, and they were talking. Like, obviously, I have to appreciate sometimes that I'm coming from an ignorant standpoint. I don't have any kids, so that first off, my opinion in some respects is out from that point. But she's there talking like, oh yeah, and you know, he comes in and then he's on it, just like he's eating his cereal and just like putting the cereal straight back down and playing the game and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, and you're moaning about it, but why are you in control of that? Why are you not in control? This is a child. Why are you not in control of your house situation? Like, oh, he's spending off all the money and but all these packs and this skin and that skin. I'm like, but no, it's a free game. The game is free.
I don't know in 2018 why people were still allowing their kids of 9 and 10 to have TVs in their room. I just don't get it.
Fam.
I don't get it.
It's each to their own.
Well, yeah, because
It's
I
each
wouldn't
to
do
their
it, but
own.
you might.
So I'm saying I'm coming from a very ignorant standpoint. I don't have kids. I'll stay that straight on
But
air.
still, even not
But
having kids, I know that I'm not.
I know
putting
I ain't gonna
TV
do
in
that
my
stuff.
child's room
I
at
know I ain't
4
doing
and 5. Well, how do you expect?
4
them to
5 is
sleep?
different to like 9 10.
No,
though.
9 and 10. How are you expecting them to sleep? What are you watching that I don't need to watch? What are you watching?
Yeah, no, there's
My
there's
child
no
will
need
know
for a
not to
TV.
watch it. at
You know, I didn't
night
get a
time,
TV until I was 15 or 16 in my
though.
room.
Man, I've always had a TV.
Like I know someone that they've got a brother and sister, and they both got their own PS4.
Listen, don't even get me started on that.
Explain
stuff.
that to me.
Don't
fam.
get me started on.
You
that
know when
stuff,
you
please.
know every time I can say this because I've got a PS4
Yeah, but
now.
okay, how old are they?
Are they young?
Because like this is the thing, yeah.
Bro,
If I have,
why do you have separate?
Probably like
yeah,
12,
but here's the thing though.
12,
If I had 12,
11,
if I
11
had
and
two,
12.
especially if I had 2 sons, especially, and they're like 12, 13,
Go on.
I can understand why they would want their own PlayStations.
What?
Like, bro, come on, don't act like you don't understand. We come
I
from a
don't
time where we
understand.
play online. So if there's a, like, let's for example, let's say they play FIFA, yeah, they want to play online with FIFA, or they want to do, they got something called like pro clubs.
Okay.
Yeah? You can't do that through one console. So I'm not saying that's the reason why I need to give you one each, but I can understand why at that age you're gonna want your own console.
Not for
Like,
me.
yeah, they might look. You don't really play football games, do you?
No.
So I might have one son that plays football games and another son that's into something totally different.
But the thing
So
is,
I can at
Do you know
12,
what's different?
13, I
Do you
can
know-
understand.
But do you know what's
the
different?
reason why,
Go on, let me you
sir.
speak.
But in that scenario that you're saying there, yeah, I kind of feel like those things need to happen and diplomacy needs to come in for them to kind of negotiate and understand. I can't always have what I want. Do you understand? Like, I need to be like, okay, boom, this is what I can have. This is what it's my turn to play, or it's my brother's turn to play, or it's my sister's turn to play. So you need to kind of have that diplomacy. I think within the household, because if you just give them, okay, you have your own thing and you do what you want, like, it's just a bit. I think it's a bit mad.
I think the difference is that I'm not financing that. If you, as your 12 and 13, have done chores and you're buying a PS4,
that's totally different.
That's
I agree with that.
different, and I'll accept that. But I'm not buying 2 PS4s for one
Do
household.
what you want with your own money. Do what you want with your own money. Still.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see a problem with it. I
Like,
can understand the age of 4 or 5. Yeah, you lot can share the same one. But as a teenager and you're in secondary school, you lot can have it. If I can afford it, you can have your own console.
Like, I understand.
You might have different friends. You're gonna have a different circle of friends. Possibly, you might play online with your friends. Like your one group of friends might be online at the same time, and there's one console, so one's gonna have to sit there and watch. Like, I'd rather, if I can afford it, you lot have 2 different consoles, or even if I have one, you lot play off my one whilst the other one plays off that.
I understand that.
At 13, when you're year 7, year 8, it's different to being in primary school.
Yeah. I understand that. But I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like
the element of sharing is lost on today's children, though, and that's my problem. The element of sharing. Back in my day, that makes me sound mad old. I'm not even that guy. But like on the come up, you would have, if you wanted to watch the TV, you're not buying 3 TVs. Like, I have 2 sisters. I have 2 sisters. You watch when you can what you want to watch, like, and you have to organize that amongst yourselves. There's no way my mum or dad would justify buying me buying 3 TVs for the house just so we could all be satisfied. You just learn to get on with it. And so I hear what you're saying about at 13 you have, you want to justify. At 13 you want to justify buying them a games console so they can each enjoy it. But at the end of the day, for me, you either got to learn to share or you don't have it at all. It is what it is. These guys just here.
So we're negotiating food at the moment. Still, I'm not even trying to say.
But no, but I hear what you're saying. Look, the child needs to understand how to share things. I totally get it, but I'm speaking, and I'm surprised you don't understand. But as a gamer, at 13 and upwards,
save up your money.
No, 13 and upwards is different for me.
When you're getting the money from to buy, and the thing is,
there's chores that you can do.
If I'm buying one, one of them's gonna have to go save their money.
No, they can share. They can share that.
As a gamer, it does not make sense. Like, if my children are good children, they do everything that I ask for them to do, and I can afford 2 consoles. At 13 and upwards, you need to have separate consoles. A gamer,
I can relate. As a gamer, which I am, I can relate to that. I think what I would probably do, and I think one of the key things that you said there is the fact that they're both behaving and all that kind of stuff. Like, the example that I gave earlier, the example that I was giving before, like, they were kicking up stink, like they were causing problems because of it. Do you understand?
That's different.
Like, if in that situation, I can understand that. If I was in the situation as a gamer, I would probably have my own anyway.
Yeah,
exactly. So I would have one there I would call the household PS4.
Would you allow your children to use your console?
Yeah. I'd have a household PS4. Do you understand? Cool. So that would be in the living room, because more time it would be watching Netflix and all that kind of stuff anyway.
But if you include yourself, you're going to have at least 2 in there, right?
No, I'd have like a household PS4, and I'll probably have my gaming PC, which would be separate.
Okay.
And yeah,
that's a bit mad between 3 people. That's not working out.
Well, it is what it is. But for me personally, I can't justify in my head spending money on something that can be used by everyone twice. It just doesn't make sense.
Like, from a gamer perspective, I understand where Mike's is coming from, definitely. And as a gamer, I can relate to that, definitely. But I think I'd have to. For me, that's very much a high-end luxury. So your actions to gain that in the household would have to reflect that. Otherwise, just take turns.
Bro, imagine when we're playing pros, yeah? I told you, man, I can't join because I got to wait for my brother to finish. Yeah. By the time he finishes, you lot are done. I've missed out.
Yeah.
Right, and let's say that's... Would you rather purchase a large widescreen TV, like I'm talking like a 100-inch TV, for 1 PS4 or 2 PS4s?
Excuse me.
Why would I need such a big TV?
Because your gaming experience, you might want to experience it in high def or bigger screen.
For who? Me or my children?
Whoever's playing the computer.
They will have a separate TV.
But I'm just saying, in that instance, like, you would prioritize the purchasing, getting the bigger TV, or would you prioritize getting the second PS4?
I'm not saying they're going to get it instantly. First of all, if I can afford it, they're going to get it. If I can't afford it, they're going to have to wait. They're going to have to use one until me or their mother or their parents can afford to get another one.
I don't know. I'll probably have to come around to that a bit more. But anyway, who else has had a good year? Lewis Hamilton, shout out my guy.
World Cup.
Breaking records, Lewis Hamilton. Told us we couldn't drive cars, man. What'd we do?
You know about us, fam.
No, I'm happy for Lewis, man. He's undisputed. And he's doing it in a tougher time. Obviously, I love Schumacher as well. But there were disputes where that Schumacher did it in a time where he didn't have much opposition. Hamilton is turning up week in, week out, getting better each year and saying, what? Is this all you have to offer me?
Yeah.
No, Hamilton smashed it.
He's looking at people like, are these your kings? Like, I'm here. What's good?
Coming out like
He's your
Killmonger.
king.
Coming out like Killmonger,
That's
you know.
true. Are these your kings?
Is this your king?
He's smashing it. I got time for him, man. Who else? Oh, my guy. I don't even watch X Factor, but the black dude on X Factor, I can't even remember his name. I don't even want to do him like that. But his voice is crazy.
Is it
I haven't watched it, you know.
Dalton. Nah, his voice was
Jamaican
crazy.
guy won?
Oh, I swear down.
Yeah.
Go on.
Nah, the shock in your voices. Nah.
No, you know what it is? Because X Factor and all them things, I don't watch them because they're not based on talent. Like as I said before, like I can't stand the lack of talent. Do you know what I mean? I can't hold it to myself. That's why I don't watch them things. From when I've seen man that I know can sing get kicked out for a gimmick. Which is what I'm saying. This is the time for the gimmicks, fam. If you got a gimmick, come. Do you know what I mean?
If you'd seen him though, it's one of those ones where he was so good and so much better than everyone that if he didn't win, there would have been a mad story about him because he's like in another league. He's in another league, man. Who else? What else do you lot saying this year?
I'm not sure, you know.
Nah. We can start to talk about some negatives because I know there's quite a few.
The World Cup was a good one.
You thought it was coming home?
I did still until Croatia came in and messed it up.
Were you singing "It's Coming Home"? You know, one thing I realized
I
about
never
people.
do.
One thing I realized about people, although that is the one time of the year where people all came together, that was also the time of the year where people were at their height of foolishness. Do you ever see, like, during the World Cup, people on their absolute nonsense?
That's. I was about to say something wild. That's people
No,
in
say it, we're
alcohol.
off the
Though.
fence. Say it.
That's people in alcohol. Though that always happens.
No, but some of these people are sober. This is 8 a.m. in the morning.
What color were they?
So we've been off the fence. Shout out, Mike.
Mad.
Shout out, Jay.
Mad. I was in Central when they were doing that where is it? National Defence League march, you know?
Were you?
Bro.
Yeah, I was up
Talk
there
to us,
still.
man. What happened?
No, but I was waiting. I was driving around playing Sizzler and as much ethnically seasoned music as loud as I possibly could, but I never got no reaction still.
Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, man.
Talking about Haz.
Yeah.
Man like Buju.
Jeez!
How can we forget him? Back on road. Back to have
There.
Fire 2019.
There. Welcome back, sir. Love that.
Who is Buju in the hip hop community?
That's a very good question. Who is Buju in the hip hop community? Like a hip hop equivalent?
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding,
Just so I can
ding,
grasp
ding,
his importance,
ding,
because
ding,
as you
ding.
know, I'm growing in my knowledge of reggae and whatnot.
It's a hard one.
If we're talking about like reggae, like kind of bashment reggae and like dancehall more so.
Yeah.
He's in the top. Like he's probably on the same level as like
Is he your J?
Biggies and Tupacs. And
Really?
that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because if you think about
Yeah.
like in comparison, like so it's him, Beanie,
Bounty Killer.
Bounty, like
Elephant Man or nah?
It depends how far you go back.
yeah, Elephant
Because
Man
then
was
you might
kind of
have to
newer.
include people like Supercat.
Red Rat.
Yeah. What's my guy's name?
Capleton.
Oh my days.
Heard of these guys?
Capleton.
Merciless, that's his name.
Okay.
And Ninja Man.
Yeah. Depends on how far you go back, but
then after that, then you got like the Vibes Cartels.
yeah. But I feel like for
Idonias and all of that.
I feel like for mainstream old school dancehall, he's in the top 3.
Yeah.
Certainly in the top 5.
Yeah.
But definitely in top 3. I think you wouldn't be far off to compare him to like a Biggie.
So who are the guys now then? Who's the? So you've got him. He's an OG coming home, fresh home. Who's the guy that's on the come up now? That's set to take over.
I don't really pay much attention to dance on Bashment no more, to be honest with you.
Probably Popcorn he's doing his thing. He's making a lot of waves, like long term waves. Chronics.
I've heard of Chronics.
Alkaline Vibes is obviously Vibes, isn't it? Like
Is Popcorn signed to OVO?
He's signing to them.
Okay,
But
I
he's
didn't know.
originally under Vibes Cartel.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that still.
So like with these gimmicks, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Feel like you're coming for me.
No. Like with the gimmicks, because they do, people diss them all the time and whatnot. Like how have they made it?
But they still support him.
There's people out there that are actually talented and working hard, and they're not getting no limelight.
Yeah.
But somebody like the 30 guy, the one that got run into by the guy on the bicycle, yeah. I can't really be mad at him.
No, not at all. I'm
Like,
mad
I
at the people
can't-
that listen to him.
Yeah, because like I watched one of the interviews. He was like, "I didn't ask for this. Like you lot made me this person." Do you know what I mean?
No, they didn't.
Bro, he didn't ask for this.
Why'd he make a tune?
If there's an opportunity for you to get a bit of money, why are you not gonna do it?
Example. Let's say a recording of this come out, yeah, of you dropping popcorn on the floor.
That's a lie, because we all know that Max is the clumsy one. But go on.
But anyway, of you dropping popcorn on the floor like you always do, and G Fresh hollered you and said, "I want to sample it in the tune." You're gonna tell him no.
If you can't fit, it's different because you can't physically see me.
He just
It's
said
different.
if the visual comes out though.
How would the visual come out? Because you can't see me.
But we'll be
So if the
recording
visual comes
soon.
out, you can wear your outfit, you can wear your disguise.
I have to
and all
think about
kind
that
of
because
stuff.
brand longevity.
But I just want you to drop some popcorn on the floor and then pick it back up
Nah, I have to think about
and
it.
say, "Aha!"
You know what? I have to think about it for brand longevity. And the reason why I say that is I was reading something, again, shout out Nipsey Hussle, when he obviously got hollered to do the NWA movie to play Snoop.
Okay.
And he was like, no, because brand longevity, people are going to remember me as the lookalike for Snoop. It's not going to be effective for me in the long run. And so if I was hollered at for a gimmick, then I'm less likely to do it.
But let's remember, this guy is coming from, I don't know where he's from, whether he's Turkish
He's
or
not
Eastern
trying to make it in the
European.
music business. Man was a mechanic working outside on the street.
He's just trying to get a break.
Yeah, like I can't hate
Some-
him.
yeah,
Can't
like-
hate him.
And man's
I
got
don't hate him.
Man's got a Boohoo Man deal now.
What?
Yeah. He's got the Why You Coming Fast t-shirts through Boohoo Man.
Oh my gosh.
I respect that. Bro, go get your money. He's not out here saying that he's number one, that he's the best at what he does. He's just out here doing what the people are asking for, innit? This is
Do you
what
know who I
want.
blame?
Who do you blame?
Charlie Sloth.
Continue.
I blame Charlie Sloth for letting Big Shaq go on there and do his thing.
But then,
That was
Start
but then you
with
have
him,
to
it
go
didn't
back to
start
RS. And the RS is funny. I think so, anyway. The Roll Safe dude.
Mm-hmm. But the problem with the problem for me, I say that loosely. I blame Charlie Sloth in it, but it's like it all started. Big Shaq was the first one to be kind of taken seriously.
Okay.
Like where there was like a line where people in the know knew he was taking the mic and knew it was stupid and whatever. And then some people kind of outside the know was like, oh, I like this song.
Yeah.
And then it kind of blurred the lines of joke and
Of comedy and music.
yeah, it blurred it very much, which is why I'm saying that this is the time of the gimmick. This is the time of, if you've got something stupid, if you can make a weird noise with your ears, then this is the time to go in the studio and make that noise. Do you know what I mean? Like, because this is the only time that you're going to get recognized.
But isn't that like what Vine did and stuff like Vine?
Yeah, 100. All of that kind of stuff is
Snapchat.
made. Yeah, Instagram. All of it has made way for this. Like the whole meme thing. Like the whole memes have turned into a thing. Like
Memes are life, though.
yeah, I love memes. Memes give me jokes, but
Nah,
in the same sense.
they're not. There are some funny memes, but I'm weaning myself off of funny enough. I'm weaning myself off the memes because it's like, man, like some people literally only communicate in memes. Don't you find that strange?
No.
Yeah.
Like you could be having a conversation with someone, and you scroll back past it, and it's just memes that they've sent back to reply. How was your day? They find someone saying fine, and yours. You're like, oh yeah.
I don't know people that do that.
Yeah, I don't have those kind of friends though.
Yeah. So I don't know who you're around, but
Around you guys.
Jay, you do that?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't. So
No, I hear you, but I think that it's really detrimental, memes and stuff, and all of these fake celebrities, these pseudo celebrities, because I know it's been around for a while, but it looks like it's on drugs right now, and it's at a height which is unfathomable. Like people are literally setting themselves alight in showers to get fame, and the fame isn't even substantiated fame. It's fame for all of 10 seconds of, oh my god, look at that dude set himself on fire, and then they're looking for the next high. Like with the 30 guy, as I said, you can't blame him. You have to blame the consumer. People that watch it and people that enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's just
straight.
like,
Straight.
what?
Straight. Your feet.
And
your
I
feet in
can't. What I couldn't understand, people in the music industry that support that. It's
it's
like,
because there's money.
it. Yeah, it's money.
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
like,
remember,
at
it's-
what point? But at what point does your integrity
It's
outweighed by the
business,
money?
bro.
Business.
But so
But
for business,
what's business
Because
right
it's so
Huh?
widely accepted. It's so widely accepted now that people like you who are kind of in defense of the culture of music and defense
Yeah.
of okay, like I want to keep it thing. You're rare. You're not the norm anymore. So the norm are the people that are gonna send it around on WhatsApp. Excuse me, send it around on Facebook. Tag it a couple of times, etc. These banter pages on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. These are the norm now. Those are the market. That's what the people are trying to
all you
cater
new
to.
dudes are weirdos, man.
But
It's just the times that we're in.
You're weirdos. I can't stand artists that literally live, breathe, eat the culture. And you know what? My problem was that it was a hip hop tune. That was it. It would be-
What's
it
a
would be
hip-hop
classed
tune?
as the why are you coming fast? It would be no. It's got a hip hop beat. You know
I
about
don't-
me rapping hip hop.
I
If
don't
he made a
think-
jazz song, why are you coming fast? I wouldn't have such. Well, I would have a problem because I like jazz as well. But if he made a pop song of why you coming fast, I
You would
wouldn't
still
listen.
complain.
Huh?
You still
Why would I
complain.
complain? Stay
Because
out
it's
of
a
the
gimmick.
culture. No. Stay out of the culture. You can do
He's
your
not
gimmick,
claiming no culture.
bro.
he's
By
claiming
doing-
a check.
He's claiming a check by dipping into the culture. If
Yeah,
he did
but
a
fam,
pop
he-
song, I wouldn't care.
The culture made him like this.
I was just about to say that.
It's the culture. What do you mean?
The culture made him like this.
Bro, the people that listen to the music, yeah, and support
clap
him,
your
they
hands.
are the culture. They're part of the culture. They're the reasons why
The
artists
people-
can perform and sell.
The people in control of the culture that you love brought him in.
Yeah, which tells you why I'm disenfranchised with
So-
a lot of the culture.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, isn't it? Like,
It's the same with that girl that's got the Shaku on the beat song, which is dead.
Mm.
Then you got
I
the
ain't
My
even, I ain't
Ye,
even heard that. The Shaku on the beat, Joe.
it's dead. Then you got the My Ye is different to your Ye.
Dripping in sauce. The dripping so saucy. Apparently.
But like I said, we've done this transition. Look at how we reacted to gigs when gigs first came out, covered in red like a portion of chips.
I still dislike that line.
Like it's probably the deadest bar in the world, but
Careful, who turned up at the podcast, you know.
brother, he's welcome. He
guy-
can
Bro,
sit
we're
down
allowed
and-
our opinions, man.
Brother, you can come, brother. We got mics. Come. I didn't mean mics. I mean like microphones. Come, sit down. We'll
Like man's a bodyguard, you know.
The whole Black Gang Mafia afterwards.
you know what I mean? No, we got microphones in it. Come down. Like anybody who's got an opinion, you're welcome in it. Like we'll listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the scene has gone through so many transitions. There's so many transitions, and now we're just in this. We consume so much information, and there's so much useless information. It doesn't take anything. It doesn't take any credentials to be an expert anymore. Like all you got to do is put a video up, and people will believe you.
Do you think we've exasperated